Ishani, you can go.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Ishani, and with me I have Shimti. We welcome you all to the second day of this webinar. We are your host for the today, and we will start. Hello. I think some.
Go ahead.
A very good evening to everyone. We welcome you to the second day of celebrating the International Day of Peace, a national level webinar on the World Scout program. Let's begin our day with general salute followed by the prayer. I request everyone to please stand up for the general salute. Salute. Order. Prayer begins.
दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना, दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना, हमारे ध्यान में आओ प्रभु, आँखों में बस जाओ, अंधेरे दिल में आकर के परम ज्योति जगा देना, बहा दो प्रेम की गंगा, दिलों में प्रेम का सागर, हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना, हमारा कर्म हो सेवा, हमारा धर्म हो सेवा, सदा ईमान हो सेवा, तो सेवक चर बना देना, वतन के वास्ते जीना, वतन के वास्ते मरना, वतन पर जान फिदा करना, प्रभु हमको सिखा देना, दया कर दान भक्ति का हमें परमात्मा देना, दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना।
Please be seated. Now I request the IT team to play the MOP dance.
Since the ma'am with us now, we can go according to program.
Okay, sir, sure. So now may I request Mr. Satyajit to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Shimti. A very good afternoon to all the members present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all the guests, dignitaries, participants, viewers present on Zoom as well as in the YouTube channel of BSG India. International Day of Peace is celebrated on 21st of September every year across the globe. Hence, to commemorate the Peace Day celebration this year, Team MOP India has come up with 3 days national level webinar on World Scout programs from 19th of September to 21st of September. This 3-day national level webinar will provide a good amount of exposure to all. The members of BSG India on topics like Earth Drive initiatives of BSG on SDGs, storytelling in SDG Hub, Messenger of Peace Initiative, etc. Today, being day 2 of the 3 days national level webinar, we have with us one of the extraordinary personalities of the World Organization of Scout Movement, a very spirited trainer and a leader with an outstanding fountain of knowledge and inspiration to many of us. On behalf of the national headquarters of BSG India and team MOP India, I take this humble opportunity to welcome Ms. Cynthia Marquez, Senior Manager, Educational Initiatives and MOP Networks, World Scout Bureau, Global Scout Center, as resource speaker on telling a story in SDG Hub and enlighten the spirit of 6 million scouts and guides of the country to write and submit stories of their peace actions appropriately in a profound manner. Welcome you, Cynthia ma'am. I welcome all the honorable office bearers of the Bharat Scouts and Guides India. Welcome you all. I also take the opportunity to welcome another stalwart whose passion is scouting and is a role model to the youth members of BSG India, Shri Madhusudan Avla Sir, Deputy International Commissioner, BSG India and WASM consultant, who is going to introduce the initiatives of BSG members on SDGs today. Welcome you, sir. I welcome the director, Shri Rajkumar Kaushik sir, and all the professionals of the Bharat Scouts and Guides National Headquarters. I also take the privilege of welcoming Shri Amar B. Chetri sir, Joint Director Scouts, Program and Training, Messenger of Peace, NSO Coordinator and leader of the event. Welcome you, sir. I welcome each one witnessing the event in this wonderful afternoon. I heartily welcome you all. Last but not the least, I am Satyajit. I am a scout and a messenger of peace. Thank you. Over to MC.
Thank you, Satyajit. Let's get started. Friends, we have with us a magnificent person, Ms. Cynthia, Senior Manager, Educational Initiative and MOP Network Support Center, WSB Global Support Center, to enlighten us on SDG Hub and storytelling. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you very much, Shintlag, and thank you very much, all of you, for inviting me. I always feel home when I'm with my brothers and sisters from Bharat Scouts and Guides. So I want to know, where are you now? Because yes, it's not nice to be only online and not being able to give us a hug, but I want to know, where are you connecting from? So can you use your chat and write down the city where you are joining this webinar? Odisha, Kolkata, Chennai, wow, Assam. So many places. Welcome. Assam, Kolkata, Marasham, Maipur, Rajasthan. So many wonderful cities. I have not visited them all. And for the ones who are joining on YouTube, I'm sure we have some people moderating YouTube. Please also write, where are you based and how are you joining us today? Today, in the celebration of the International Day of Peace, we will be talking about the Scouts for SDG Hub. And yesterday you were talking about Earth Drive and how this part is also connected now with many ways of building peace together in our communities. So I know sometimes peace is not something granted in our cities. Can you share with me also in the chat, what is the absence of peace happening in your city now? What is obstructing peace, or what is not yet fully settled for mutual understanding, or religion is one piece, dengue related to health, COVID pandemic. Yes, COVID pandemic in many ways. Can you elaborate more? What is it about? You cannot still gather together. People is still having health issues, respecting all leaders, climate change, rainfalls that probably is related to emergencies response, pollution, okay, poverty. Yes, it's very much related to that with the absence of peace. Religion and COVID, mental health, okay. Continuous sound pollution, COVID, waste and trash and dirty cities, lack of schools, crimes. And I'm sure you are reading many things that are happening in your city that are also happening in other cities. And we know that you are doing your best. And we know that you are committing your time during the weekends or during the week to bring solutions, to bring ideas, to innovate. So the research that I want to share with you now, plus combined with the knowledge that Sid provided yesterday and more that Prasanna will provide, is about how do we connect all with SDGs. So I want to share a video first. Please confirm if you see my screen and if you see a world there before I go and put play on it. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and let's see if you hear. Please say yes.
In 2015, humanity came together with a call to action for a better world by 2030. They agreed on 17 sustainable development goals to end poverty, improve health and education, reduce inequalities, and tackle climate change. It's going to take the entire world to make these goals a reality. And who better to lead the charge than 50 million scouts? You may know us as the ones who give a helping hand to the elderly, keep forests clean, run donation drives, or who are generally just good, active citizens. And have you heard of the Scouts welcoming refugees in Turkey, or leading peace talks in Colombia? Or the ones giving thousands of students access to clean water in South Sudan? We've already completed over 1 billion hours of community service for the SDGs. Whether it's something really big or really small, we can all do something to make these goals a reality. By taking millions of local actions in almost every community, we're making the world's largest youth contribution to the SDGs. We're just trying to make this world a little better every day. We're Scouts for SDGs.
So thank you very much. And we are Scouts for SDGs. Are you a Scout for SDGs? If you are, right, I'm a Scout for SDGs.
One of the great challenges in this
what
is knowing enough about a subject to think you're right.
And write also, what is the SDG that you prefer to take action for? Are you a Scout? You are a guide for SDGs. You are right, idea. You are a guide for SDGs. Excellent. I'm a guide. Excellent, yes. Good afternoon, all. Yes, I'm a guide for SDGs and I'm a Scout for SDGs, and I hear there, zero hunger is what Rajiv prefers. They want the SOMO unit leaders. So what is your SDG about? Quality of education and fear the hunger. I'm Rover for SDGs. I like this as well. Maybe you can write, I'm an adult for SDGs. Excellent. So the idea is that we are Scouts, of course. Many of us, if not all of you, are messengers of peace. And this is like another coat, another cape, another layer that we put ourselves into to always be ready. We are Scouts for SDGs. So how can we become Scouts for SDGs? First, I want you to go, if you haven't yet, to our site, sdgscout.org. This is the site similar to scout.org that is taking now on the task of connecting you all and connecting our stories and connecting the information. And I would like you to visit it, Scouts for SDGs, sdgs.scout.org. And if you are already in, please say, I'm in. And some are in from Kushwaha, and I hope online you can join into sdgs.scout.org. Okay, I see many people in. What will you find in? And I will just go give you through what we have now and why it is important for you to get in. First, I want you to see that there's my name here because I do have an account. Now, if you have a scout.org account, that means that you can log in with the same profile. You don't have to create another profile. And you will be in Scouts for SDGs because these are like connected doors rooms. They are connected. And many of you might be wondering, I did a lot of stories before and I had a profile, and what's happening with all of that? So, well, also good news, and I want to reassure you that anything that was in your profile approved already, it has been moved safely to sdgscout.org or our SDG hub. I'm happy to see that many of you are in, and while others are coming in, and many are keep posting projects. So what do we have here? First, we are still growing. So we are 50 million scouts, and you need to be aware that each of you has the possibility to reach out to many more other young people to be contributors for SDGs. Now, you will be able soon to explore many of our initiatives. We have now Earth Thrive, and soon to come, also Messengers of Peace that will have more information, and we are renewing it as we celebrate our 10 years. And other initiatives that you probably are having. You can also explore what are there or what are our connections with the 17 SDGs. And many of you were telling me, I prefer to take action for hunger. I prefer to take action for pollution. So here you can make a click. And while you talk with us, maybe you can make a click and see. In each of the SDGs, you will find some additional stories or resources on how we are connecting. Scouts are connecting with each of the SDGs. Now, as we are all from different cities, and in each city, we have different issues, it's always important to identify in my city, in my province, what are the priorities? What are the needs? What are the main issues affecting my city and my communities here? Because it's very difficult to take action in all of the 17. But if you take action in one, because all the 17 are interconnected, you will be contributing to the entire system. And it's part of what we want to achieve by working for SDGs. So what are the main, if we can ask you from the top of your mind, what are the main SDGs that you need to work on in your city? Some are mentioning that COVID is an issue. So maybe good health and well-being, SDG number 3. I've seen many things on the news related to respect for women. I do see the news about health and COVID. I do see news about pollution. So what is happening? What is the main priority that you can identify? What is the SDG that you need to take action in your city? Gender equality and climate action, Devashi, thank you. Pollution, peace. Good afternoon to all of you. Life on land, okay, yes, you have many species, and there is conflict sometimes between the species and our communities. And the communities have the right to protect their lands and their families, but there's also a way to coexist peacefully with our beautiful animals and nature and biodiversity as well. So environment, sustainable cities and communities, yes. So the first thing that you can do as a scout or guide for SDGs is look around, identify what is around you and what can you take action with and through your youth program and the progression that your NSO is offering you. What else is in Scouts for SDGs Hub? Because this is a hub where we can all meet and find information. There are stories here. And most recently, there are stories about events, about the moods. Maybe you will be attending, people who is representing us. And very recent, there's a recent report from UN, Our Common Agenda. And there's a report on how to take action for SDGs and how we can contribute, so you can have a click and have a look on this report. And you can see more news here from other projects and other scouts. Here you go, different stories from different NSOs. You can also see through the Scouts for SDGs. Now, we can also see how much are we contributing to it. And this is also things that you were having in scout.org. We keep measuring service hours. We are measuring participants in the different projects. And I'm wondering if you know what is the goal that we want to achieve in terms of active citizens that we want to enhance or develop by 2023. How many active citizens do you think we want to inspire by 2023? I will wait for the numbers, but we are contributing with our hours and with our projects, and each of the participants or scouts or leaders are part of this aim. 3 billion, not yet. We can, 3 billion hours of service, that's our next big target. We want to reach out to 4 billion hours of service, but we have a goal and a vision of active citizens. All scouts and guides, that's a good target. We also have a map, and the map can help you identify, similar to our site, where are the actions happening, what is happening in each of your countries. We can have India, let's see, we can see for India, what's happening in India, and we can see how many projects are happening and how many hours have we logged in as a country, as an organization. And we can see how many projects are we working on in each of the SDGs and what is your engagement in the different SDGs. Now, this gives us a very good picture of the whole country. And if you, in your city, you are trying to talk with potential partners, or you are trying to give reports to some of your stakeholders, the people who support you on your projects, you can invite them to come here, show them the map, and you can see these projects. Now, because based on the color, I see that India is very highly involved in SDG activity compared to other countries in the world, and you should be proud about it. If you have questions, we have a section of questions and answers, and we will be answering the question as we go, or while we are talking about it here. So please ask the question about the SDG Hub. Going back to the start, many of you might be asking, okay, where can I read more? Because the information here might be, it's useful, but it's still not all the information. And you are totally right. There are resources here. This section, black here, is part of our resources. And I can see here a comment for Dr. B. Islam. Peace is required in every part of the world, and the way it is being promoted by Scouting movement is highly appreciable. Thank you, Doctor. Congratulations to concerned contributions. We are very appreciative of your words and continuous support to young people. So 200 million active participants. Yes, we are getting there on that number. So what are the resources that we have? In that link of the Black section, you can find first, you mentioned many of you are rovers for SDGs. Great. So this resource is one of many that you can use to get active this week. There are activities to discover the SDGs. There are games, and there are many things that you can use as a rover, or as a rover learning SDGs, or as a rover helping younger ones to understand what is their role on SDGs. And help me and make a guess. How many people do you think, what is the percentage of people that you think know about SDGs in your city? So Sanika is a guide. She can also, yes, you can participate in the SDGs. So back to the question, what is the percentage of people you think knows about SDGs? Adita is very confident on 98%, 50%. Okay. Any other answers? And if you are watching online on YouTube, we also want to see your answers. 50%, 90%, 60%. Okay, some say 25%, 80%, 70%. I'm sad to report that whenever we've asked during the conference, which is all our countries that were participating, they say that only 25% or less of the adults and young people knew about SDGs. It's a bit surprising, I know, because we've been talking about SDGs long time, but don't be discouraged. It's good to know where we are standing. And I encourage you to keep asking the question to people around you and your scouts and your adult leaders and your family members, because it's not bad, 25%. It shows us where we are standing. But definitely, we need to reach more people. And this year and the next 3 years, we want to achieve that hopefully 90% of our members are aware of what does it mean to be a scout for SDG, a person for SDGs. So having these resources that I'm showing you here and using you as a rover and go advocate, go talk with young people, explain them how they can be scouts for SDGs, guides for SDGs, it's important. We need you to take that action as soon as possible, because it's still very small number of people, and we need to have a lot of awareness if we want to protect our planet as Earth Tribe, if we want to raise up peace, if we want to contribute with our cities as well. Now, you can find other resources if you are an adult leader to understand more about Scouts for SDGs. This document you can use to present it to other partners. This document, Scouts for SDG Guidance on Program, you can use to work in your youth program and how to incorporate education for sustainable development. Scouts for SDGs in the community is helping you to make a plan, how you can incorporate the challenges and initiatives. And you have many other resources, the Scout donation platform for rovers to explore and raise funds for your projects and activities. Now, I will make a small pause of 1 minute here for you to tell me what is new for you from what I just showed you in this front page. What is new for you? Let's check. What are the news that I brought to you? I'm 10 years old and the site is saying I need to be 13 and above so I can register. Avika, invite your scout leader, because yes, for younger than 13, we are Safe from Harm organization. And we need your parents to join you to register until you get 13 so we can keep it safe from harm. Thank you for being so proactive. Education. Nilam says that education is the new thing now here. Thank you, Nilam, for sharing. What else is new for all of you on this page now and Scouts for SDGs? Something that you discovered today? It's free of cost. Yes, all of it is free of cost. Sangsar says, I'm confused. There are age bar to register in Scout.org as a cup. Well, if you are younger than 13, you will need an adult to be with you to register. People aware of our environment. Myself, okay. I would like to register. Thank you. Please, you can go register. Yes, we invite you all to register. So, hopefully, SDGs are new to me. Okay, thank you, Ashish, for sharing that. And it's very important. If this is new for you, please say it so, because that will give you access to more information. When you know that something is new, people around you will help you to get more information. Okay, let's go to more hands-on. Now, maybe all of you or majority of you are registered. And if you are on YouTube also, maybe you have a site, you have registered. For the one who have not, be patient, we will show it here, how you can use it later. And you can reach out to your adult leaders on the district and their province on how to register. But if you are registered, that means that your name is here. You can add your profile picture, and we are working on making it a more user experience as well. Now, I want you to look at this button and click on it. Click on it and tell me what you find. Hopefully you find something, and this will open you in this page. Now, this is new for you and for all, because this is the way how we can tell the stories of what we do. And there are two main ways. Two main ways. We have community service. If you are working on a community service project that will benefit other members on their community, you need to click this, and it will appear a checkbox here. Now, if you want to come and tell the story here of how you are participating on a training, participating on a camp, or going for a hike, or maybe having a team meeting for planning, then you click my blog post. This becomes in your own personal wall or blog to share what you do. So, can you tell me the two types of content that we can create? We have two. We can create content related to community service actions, and we click here on community service, or I can create content in any other Scout activity, and I click here. How to make chocolate. Then you click on the blog post. Yes. And they are asking how to earn the Messengers of Peace badge, and you will have that tomorrow. Excellent. Thank you, Rahul. So if you want to report an action that you've done to prevent pollution in the community, trash campaign, you go on community service project. If you want to learn, or you learn how to make chocolate, for example, then you go on the blog post and you share it here. Now, we go for the project and you pick the language. You can do it in your own language, and the site will recognize and help others to read what you are writing on your story as well. So I will pick today English, though I also want to write in Spanish sometimes. And this is new as well, because the site is asking you already with questions. What is your project about? So if you are now running a project, can you write on the chat, what is your project about? Right now, what is your project about? You are running a project, maybe you are contributing to your community. And then I see my school every year collect tons of garbage and make furniture out of it. So I can add it here. Yes. Plastic tie turners, excellent. Plantation, plastic tie turners, go green, excellent. Quality of education. Okay, topics here, you can pick different topics. You see clean energy, communication, culture and heritage, entrepreneurship, good governance. You can decide and you can click up to 3. So I will click the next 3 that someone puts on the chat. 3 topics to put on the chat. Growth, okay, 1 topic. The next one. Yoga is for the report, not for the topic. Humanitarian action, great. And the third one, let's see, gender equality. We don't have that. Peace building, okay, I will pick peace building. So you can pick up to 3. Your project is possible that is working on these 3 elements. Now, you need to select an SDG. And then you can pick different SDGs. So let's say that from these 3, humanitarian action, peace building, and growth, what SDG do you think we can contribute to, or that you know based on your project? No poverty says, okay, or zero hunger. Zero hunger or no poverty. Let's see. I'm following the chat. Reducing inequalities is also possible. Gender equality, health and well-being. Let's go for zero hunger in this case. You can pick more than 1. So you can also say no poverty. That was the other strong one. And gender equality. SDG 5 is so. You can pick up to 3. You can pick based on your current. And now you see that based on your topics and your SDGs, something appeared here. Because this initiative is the one that you are working on it. Maybe you are working on a project that is Messengers of Peace related. Maybe you are working on Earth Tribe. But if you pick all of these, probably the site is suggesting you, is this a Messengers of Peace project? And you can say yes, and you can continue. Now, there is basic information that you will add here, the date, when it starts, when it ends. I will use random dates here. You can put your country here, and I will add here our beloved India. State. You will be able to write, let me see, Calcutta. How do you write Calcutta? No, Kolkata.
KOL.
Yes, Kolkata. I got it right. Okay. And your zip code and your city, etc. This is the city. In what state is Kolkata? If someone can help me. Karnataka. Is this the same?
No, that is West Bengal.
Aha. Kolkata is in West Bengal. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you for instructing me. I'm learning with you as well. So you continue. And then project details, how many participants? And this is how we are counting your volunteers. So how many volunteers you have, how many adult leaders, maybe you have 20, and how many beneficiaries you expect to have. Maybe you can have 50 beneficiaries. It depends on your project, of course. Maybe it's a city and you are benefiting 1,000 people. It's possible. So you can continue. So I want you to write on the chat, what inspired you to take this project? What was your motivation? What made you move yourself and activate on this project? If you can write it on the chat, that means that you can write it on the site. So what motivated to start your project? Do something for the country is good, but we want you to be more specific because there was a 10-year-old here, more than one, learning about your project. So if it's do something for the country, it's very vague and abstract. And we want to tell a nice story. Environmental and Scout Spirit. Scout Spirit is the foundation to serve. Environmental Scout Spirit. Okay, I will stop here and I will move to how to tell a story, because as you are doing this, then you are also telling a story. And it's important that you consider some elements when you are telling the story. Do you have any questions so far? I don't see much questions. But tips and tricks for impactful storytelling. And what you will be telling in scout.org and help us measure is a story, the story of your project. So what is important for the story of your project? First, you need to know and be okay that your first story maybe will not be all the best story that you can write. Nevertheless, please write the story, because storytelling is a learning process. The more you practice, the more you write, the better your stories will be. Now, each story, the same as when you pick up your Instagram or your Facebook or the news for the adults or LinkedIn or any article that comes to your mind, it needs to make an impact on you. It needs to drive you into the screen or read. You need to have an aha moment with this story. And it can happen if you practice, but if you consider elements like you need to share your emotions. It's a connection that helps others feel empathy about your projects, about your story. So when I ask you what motivated you, maybe it motivated you to see the people suffering from hunger on your streets in the city. Maybe you felt sad that animal species were being mistreated by people on the village because they are scared. Maybe you were affected by people being scared in their villages because the different animals, big animals, are coming to their crops, and it's fair that they feel stressed about it. But both are suffering, both the animal and the villagers. So you feel the emotion. You need to share what affected you, that motivated you. Now, the story is also a moment for reflection and experiences. So you want also to share, how did you do it? You want to share how people plan to do it, how people help you, how you reach out to the people in the community, or how to ask for resources. How did you do that? Because those are also hints for people who is maybe planning or learning how to do a project. So that's also part of what you want to include in your story. You can also use your story as a way to transmit the knowledge. Once you are in your project, you have a unique experience and you have knowledge that no one else who is not in the project is learning. Now, the learning can stay with you only, or you can share that learning through a story. Stories are better, like you learn better when you find something interesting and something that connects you. So that's why the emotions are important, reflections are important, and transmitting knowledge. I was skipping one. being an advocate. There are causes that motivates you, and you can be an advocate for gender equality, an advocate for peace, for dialogue, for environment and protecting the planet. Whenever you talk about it, you become an advocate or a messenger or someone that is defending that part. So please consider that as the elements that you will do. And then consider the same as we have here in our webinar, people that are 10 years of age, 13 years of age, there is someone reading that probably has the same age, and that you can learn and they can learn from your story. And the more details you add, the better for them to learn to the story. Now, for the adult leaders who are with us and the members of the NSO team, you need to learn and consider that Scout.org is a place where we need you to encourage them to explore and read other example stories so they can see how they can improve their own and they can find ideas to write their own story. We need you to support young people to develop their capacities and guide the process of writing the story, because it's a learning process. Not everybody can write the story at the very start. You can engage with the stories that your scouts are writing, liking them, commenting on them on the same site, providing feedback, sharing your stories with your social media and other adults, and celebrate the stories by telling them that you read it, telling them what is the impression that they left on you, and consider the stories in the personal progression and acquiring the badges. So for the scouts, rovers, and cubs that are here in this call, making a good story, it's part of the process of obtaining your badge. And please consider that, because a good story means that you are sharing and evolving on the way of doing it. And don't forget to share, so you can amplify the reach of young people's stories and the impact of what you are doing. Now, you can go scouts4sdgscout.org, as we mentioned before, and this is part of what we are doing through SDG and through the page. I will stop here for a moment just to check what other questions do we have here, and I see many comments on the chat. Can a cub also participate with his parents? Yes, cubs are encouraged to participate with parents, with adult leaders, and you can be the parents, can be the ones helping in writing the story. And adult leaders can help in writing the story. And we encourage you, if you're a parent here watching, that you help telling the story until your son or daughter becomes 13 years of age, and you can help contribute into the global impact of your child project. And we are done with this answer. Excellent. Leave your questions here, please, as we are answering this on the way. I will go back to the site and ask the same question again. I hope now you got some inspiration, and you tell me now, what inspired you to take the project? And maybe you can write it on the chat. And if you are not sure, or if you are not ready, you can continue, you can ask for help on how to write it. You can ask someone else to help you write it. Let me see. The chat, human hunger. What inspired you to take up the project that you are doing? I would like to hear some motivations, because your stories inspire me. To see people suffering of hunger at the roadsides in railways. Thanks, Rajiv. I can imagine from your words, from this phrase, I know where you are working. Now I know. I know that you are concerned about people. And now I locate myself in the railways, suffering out of hunger. at the road sides and the railways. So for the ones who are reading now, what do you think about this? I see other examples here. I will help develop surroundings and the mentality of the people. Yes, that also motivates many of us. I like to help people, are care for nature and environment, and wanted to live in a society which is pollution free. Yes, all of that. It sounds very nice for the inspiration of your project, because now I know when I read the story that the Bashish, I hope I'm saying it right, is concerned about nature. And maybe I'm an adult that knows about environment and I can help. Maybe I'm also a person that is motivated by the needs of nature and protecting nature. And now I feel connected with the Bashish. But the Bashish told me what is motivating. And she wants to have a clean city, society free from pollution. So it goes beyond. Thank you for that. So this is one line only, but I encourage you to have 2 or 4 lines on your motivation, because that starts connecting with us. Priya is saying, feeling sad to watching the poor parents who were not able to take their students to school. That's why I take the quality education and give them some education like numbers, alphabet. Excellent, excellent description and motivation. Priya, now I know what motivates you. I know what people is suffering about or what is the lack of materials, and I know what you are doing. So you can write also that, and Priya's comment on the chat is very nice. Ravina is saying, he's saying hi, and then thank you very much. So I will continue with others, but thank you for writing your motivation. So where was your project implemented and how did you execute it? And here you can go on with all the details of your project. How did you execute it? Did you plan? Did you meet with the community members? Did you meet in community centers, or did you meet with young people and adults? Did you meet with elders and members from different ethnicities? All of that we need to know. Did you raise funds, or you obtain resources from local partners and enterprises, or maybe other adults and neighbors help you, or your parents, or you work with the temple, or you work with adults? So all of that is part of what you can add here. How was it implemented? Details of the city, details of what you are doing. So you can write, I have 7 young people and NGO person to help me in Zero Hunger drives. Okay, so I will write this down. 7 plus young people and NGOs. What are the young people doing? Supporting with, I see here, waste management warriors arrange door-to-door campaigns in Zero Hunger, supporting with Zero Hunger drives. Now, Zero Hunger drives, what does that mean? Because I'm not sure what does that mean. That means that you prepare the food, means that you also went on to distribute the food. And I'm only writing keywords. You need to write phrases. Did you ask them, ask what kind of food? Who cooked? How did you get the food? All of those questions needs to be answered when you are writing this section, because then I can learn from what you are saying. And now I have the glimpses of it, but only if I have a good story, I will learn more of it. So what is the impact of this project? What happened at the end, after? What was the result? So you have zero hunger drives, or you did a quality of education campaign or rallies for cleanliness drive in our locality. What is the result? Help the poor is your purpose. What happened after? You came there, you did the drive of zero hunger, you did the pollution prevention. What happened next? Did people stop throwing the waste on the streets? Did other members of the community continue the drives? Did the people you brought the food got better conditions, or they have a better place where they can eat? What is the result? What is the change in your community? And here Christian is sharing, there were 200,000 people aware about COVID. So that's the impact. 200,000 people aware of using of masks and COVID measures. That was the change. Before your project, that didn't exist. And this is what we need to know also. What was the change after you did the action there? So you keep going, and also we want to know what you learned. Did you learn something about it? Here Rajiv is sharing, people now recognize our group more. More number of people are coming out. Present, we are trying to link them with the government, social schemes, and they are aware of the fact that we cannot help them for lifelong. Hence, they are also looking for the livelihood. That's very good. And that particular description is good for what was the impact. Now, what have you learned after doing the project? What have you learned? What were your learnings? What were things that you didn't know that now you know after organizing your training? What now you know? The people come and appreciate us, and also happy to see their children. That's very nice, Priya, for the impact. Thanks for sharing. What have you learned after finishing the project or in the process? You can write this during the process of your project and come back and edit. Did you learn how to make a budget? Did you learn that in certain cities you can go and do presentations, but in other cities it's better if you do visuals because they understand better with images and they speak another language? Did you learn to talk with partners? Did you learn to present to the government or work with dignitaries? Did you learn more about your city and the people of that city? Maybe you learned something about species because you needed to learn something new to organize your project. Now I can understand the social status, is Erin Arul. Thank you for that. Sometimes we don't know things about the people we help, and it's important to learn more about the people we help. Now we know how people can create kindness among students and people, how to get involved in the community and motivate people, and also bring key influencers knowing SDGs in detail. Excellent. So all those details, how to organize, yeah, how to bring influencers, and be more hands-on for our projects, raise funds, and monitor a budget. All of these are new learnings, and you need to recognize and realize what have you learned, because also what you say is also saying to others, there's something to learn here. There's something interesting that I didn't know yet. So you continue. And the cherry on the cake is the photos. You need to find very nice photos that talk about good things, that share the impression of what they are doing, of what a good picture talks more than many words. So the power of images. I will share something else. This is the power of images. What is happening in these photos? Can you tell me on the chat? What is happening in these photos? Can you imagine? There's no story here, but can you imagine what is happening in the photos here? Is our work? Yes. Is service, but what exactly is happening? Caring and serving for others. Women in work. Yes. The girls are helping the poor. Yes. Plantation, health work, helping each other, helping others. Yes. Girls in STEAM. Excellent. Yes. Provide emotional support to needy people. Also. Good deeds to others. Plantations. Help others. So you can imagine already the story behind this photo. And that's the kind of photos that we need in your stories. If you add photos of groups posing, all standing in one go, that's not telling the story. That's showing who was there, but it's not telling the story. But if you choose instead one picture like this, you can show scouts in actions. You are showing the identity because they're in uniform. You are showing the values. You are showing the faces and the care of the people and the interest. This leader is very much engaged into that. And this rover is very much connected with the person they are helping, and they are certainly doing a very hard work. You can have different angles, and probably you will need people to help you and taking the pictures for you. And that's part of a good storytelling. So I will stop here and I will address some of the questions if there's any, because our time is up. Skin color equality. Thank you. That's an issue, Sanju. Yes. And a project could be part of what you are raising awareness about this. Thank you very much for that. Educate girls because girls were intelligent than boys. I will say that we have complementary qualities, and yes, we have different talents, and it's important to educate the girls and to make sure that they have access to education whenever possible in all the different cities. That's very true. So you can also share your stories and amplify the impact of what you are doing. You can do videos. It's not only images. You can also do videos, and here is another way that you can amplify the impact of your story. You can publish on your portal, on social media. If we see a good story, we will certainly turn it in and sharing into our big groups on Facebook and social media and Instagram. You have pictured many of those throughout our social media. So leaving here for questions and answers, and address any other questions that you have. For adult leaders, I can tell you that we are recruiting people from different NSOs and through the leadership so that you can be moderators for the stories of your National Scout organization and your members, so that no story can stay too long there, and you can help us and moderate the stories of your scouts. So I leave it open for questions if there's any there, or any comment that you want to do. I saw some hands being raised, and back to the MC.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, for a wonderful session. This indeed has educated us about how to express our projects to the community and grow better. Now, I invite Shri Amarbi Chetri, sir, Joint Director of Scouts, Bharat Scouts and Guides, to thank the resource person and share his gratitude. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Abrar. We don't have question answer. Any questions from our participants?
Well, looks like a lot of them were answered during the session, so it was really an interaction session.
I think all of you are ready to share your story from today. Okay, so on behalf of the Director, Bharat Scouts and Guides National Association, and all the professionals of the National Association and Team MOP India. We are very grateful to Ma'am Cynthia for accepting our invitation and delivering a very fruitful session, because we had 1 month before the MOP coordinators meeting, and you informed about this new changes, the reporting in SDG Hub. And our local coordinators are very eager to know how to do reporting. And they are asking so many questions that now we cannot upload our report in scout.org. So this message was passed to local coordinators, and they were hoping for this day, today, to hear from you. And I'm sure your session is very impressive, and our local coordinators, all the peace lobbying scouts and guides of this NSO will definitely share their story. They are doing lots of innovative activities to commemorate International Day of Peace from 1st September, and they are working for SDGs also. And I'm sure this will be another inspirational session from your end. So on behalf of whole team of the Bharat Scouts and Guides, we are very thankful to you, ma'am. And you are always supporting us. We used to invite you in a very short notice, but you accept our invitation. This is what we need, your regular support. And on behalf of the director, I would like to invite you for tomorrow's celebration of International Day for Peace, along with the Bharat Scouts and Guides. We are expecting our Secretary General to be the chief guest for tomorrow's International Day for Peace celebration by the Bharat Scouts and Guides, and we are expecting the world chair of WAKES also to join us.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm always happy to support you, and I do a formal invitation for your national team to assign 3 or 5 of your coordinators to pilot our SDG Hub moderation. We will wait for your names so we can do a specific training that is not open for all National Scout organizations, but can be of preparation. And please reach out to Mr. Prasanna so that we can reach out on the names and prepare you. And I will do my best for tomorrow. And thank you always for all your questions and your interest. And I hope we had aha moments during the session.
Thank you so much. And if your time permits, our young people will be sharing their success stories on SDG after this session only. So with this, now I would like to invite the MC for further continuation of webinar. Once again, on behalf of whole team, we thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Announcement. As you all liked the quiz last time, we have our famous quiz master, Mr. Satyajit Chatterjee, with a quiz session for you again. Over to you, Mr. Satyajit.
Thank you, Ishani. Well, hello everyone. It's your favorite time of the session. It's quiz time. So let's pick up our cell phones, laptops, desktops, and log into www.slido.com. The link will be shared in the Zoom chat and also in the YouTube chat box. Here I'm sharing my screen, and this is the instruction for quiz. So go to slido.com, enter code IDP 2021, that is IDP 2021. The link has been shared in the Zoom chat box and also in the YouTube link. So participants needs to join the quiz with a username, which should be a 10-digit mobile number. So you should register yourself with a 10-digit mobile number. The mobile number will be used to identify the participant, and the winner will be recognized by the national headquarters. Here is the instruction in Hindi. www.slido.com पर जाइए, कोड दर्ज करें IDP 2021 या लिंक पर क्लिक करें जो कि आपके YouTube या फिर Zoom चैट बॉक्स में शेयर किया गया है। प्रतिभागियों को 10 अंकों के मोबाइल नंबर से जुड़ना है। प्रतिभागी की पहचान के लिए मोबाइल नंबर का उपयोग किया जाएगा और विजेता को राष्ट्रीय मुख्यालय द्वारा मान्यता दी जाएगी। चलिए चलते हैं क्विज के ओर। Okay, so this is the QR code for today's quiz. Let's see how many of you have joined already. Okay, I'll give 2 minutes to all of you to quickly join.
So you can share the screen of Slido.
I am sharing my screen already. Is it not visible?
It is only PPT. PPT is coming.
Okay, okay. I'll stop share and share it again. I hope the Slido screen is visible now to everyone.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll give another minute to the participants. Great, we have good participants coming in. Yeah, I can see good number of participation. Another 10 seconds and we'll start with the quiz. All right, so let's go ahead with the first question of the quiz. The first question is, which of the following is an Earth type challenge? Which of the following is an Earth type challenge? Champions for Nature, Tide Turners Plastic, Scouts Go Solar, all of the above. You have 7 more seconds to go. Okay, the time is up. So 64% says that all of the above. Let's see which is the correct answer. Yes, it is all of the above. Champions for Nature, Plastic Tide Turners, and Scouts Go Solar are all the Earth type challenge that we have. Next question. As Scouts and Guides, it is our responsibility to give up single-use plastic. True or false? As Scouts and Guides, it is our responsibility to give up single-use plastic. Is it true? Is the statement true or false? Okay, the time is up. 91% says yes, and the remaining 9% says false. So the remaining 9% should understand that as Scouts and Guides, it is our responsibility to give up single-use plastic. Thank you. Moving to question number 3. Where and in which year did the NSO agree to support the agenda of sustainable development? Egypt 2020, Brazil 2011, Baku, Azerbaijan 2017, Slovenia 2014. Okay, so we have a almost tie between Brazil 2011 and Baku, Azerbaijan 2017. Let's see the correct answer. The correct answer is Baku, Azerbaijan 2017. So it was the World Scout Conference, 42nd World Scout Conference, if I'm not wrong, where the National Scout organizations agreed to support the agenda of sustainable development. Moving to the next question. The Messenger of Peace initiative was started in the year. In which year the Messenger of Peace initiative was started? 2010, 2015, 2012, or 2014? Okay, the time is up. 38% says that 2015. So let's see the correct answer. The correct answer is 2010. We have already completed 10 years of MOP, Messenger of Peace. And it was The MOP initiative was started in the year 2010. Moving to the next question. Eliminating dash is about giving all people everywhere an equal chance at living fulfilled lives. Hunger, poverty, inequalities, climate change. Hunger, poverty, inequalities, climate change. All right, the time is up. 48% says inequalities. Let's see the correct answer. So the correct answer is poverty. So if poverty is eliminated, it is about giving all people everywhere an equal chance at living fulfilled lives. Next question. People struggle for basic human needs like adequate shelter and hygiene, job security, food and shelter, food and clean water. Select the correct answer. You have 10 more seconds to go. Okay, time is up. 46% says food and shelter, 38% says food and clean water. Let's see which is the correct answer. The correct answer is food and clean water. That is, people struggle for basic human needs like adequate food and clean water. Moving to the next question. We can all do something small to offset our footprint on this planet that we call home. And you can become an advocate to mobilize the big dash. Plastic tide turner, planet, universe, earth tribe. Okay, time is up. So 45% says earth tribe. Let's see the correct answer. Yes, the correct answer is earth tribe. Question number 8, the sustainable development goals are focused on the past and the present and the future, the future. You need to select the correct answer. The sustainable development goals are focused on the past and the present and the future, the future. 4 more seconds to go. All right, 88% says the present and the future. Let's see. Yes, it is. The sustainable development goals are focused on the present and the future. Moving to the next question. Who is a messenger of peace? Every scout guide, only MOP state coordinators, only MOP heroes, only adult leaders. You need to tell who is a messenger of peace. Messenger of peace kaun hai? You have 4 options and you have 7 more seconds to go. All right. So 91% says every scout guide, and it is correct. Yes, every scout guide or everyone related to the scouting movement is a messenger of peace. The last question of the quiz today. The purpose of the SDG is to creating 17 goals, help humans to live sustainably, engage millions of people to work for it. None of this. What is the purpose of SDG? You need to select the correct option. All right, the time is up. And 52% says help humans to live sustainably. Let's see if it is the correct answer. Yes, it is the correct answer. Moving to the leaderboard. Okay, so the winner today is mobile number 9844418683. Yes, we'll definitely contact you. And yes, the national headquarters recognize you. And congratulations to all the winners. Thank you. Over to MC.
Thank you so much, Satyajit, for conducting an interesting and informative quiz. So now, may I invite Shri Madhusudan Avala, Deputy International Commissioner Scout, to inform us about the various initiatives taken by young people of BSG on SDGs. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Shimpi. And good evening, everybody. After listening to a wonderful session from Cynthia, you all know that how to write our stories and how we can showcase the social impact that we are creating in the communities out there on SDG Up. And also it's a very well concluded quiz by Satyajit, which not only brought out the learnings from the last two webinars, but also engaged you all and kept you curious and kept it twisting and turning. Now what we do is, now we will straight away, don't waste any more time. We will straight away invite our first presentation of the day, and I give it back to the MCs to invite the first presentation. MCs, can you invite the first presenter of the day to come on the screen?
Thank you so much, sir. Now we have Ms. Ishita Gupta to present her project on SDG. Ishita, the screen is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Ishita Gupta, Rajya Purushkar Ranger from Rajasthan, Bikaner. एंड मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन का आज का टॉपिक है SDG नंबर 15 लाइफ ऑन लैंड। इसकी प्रेरणा मुझे कोरोना की सेकेंड वेव के दौरान मिली। कोरोना की सेकेंड वेव के दौरान ऑक्सीजन की कमी के कारण बिगड़ते हुए केसेस की संख्या से हम सभी वाकिफ हैं। तो इस कोरोना की सेकेंड वेव ने हमें ऑक्सीजन की कीमत बता दी, पर ऑक्सीजन हमें जहाँ से प्राप्त होती है, हमारे पेड़ पौधे जो हमें स्वच्छ ऑक्सीजन देते हैं, उनकी वैल्यू अभी भी कुछ लोग नहीं करते। और इस आपदा में लोगों को पौधारोपण के प्रति जागरूक करना काफी चैलेंजिंग था। और इसी दौरान हमारे बीकानेर की स्काउटिंग की तरफ से एक विशाल पौधारोपण का आयोजन किया गया, जिसके तहत हमने अपने बीकानेर की ट्रेनिंग सेंटर के अंदर, उसके परिसर के अंदर हमने 100 से भी अधिक पौधे लगाए। और इसमें हमारा साथ दिया महावीर इंटरनेशनल ने, और जो हमारे आसपास के लोग थे वो भी हमारे इस काम से काफी प्रभावित हुए। उन्होंने हमारे साथ मिलकर यह शपथ ली कि वो अधिक से अधिक पौधे लगाएंगे अपने घर में या फिर उनके आसपास के जो पार्क होंगे वहां पर। और अभी मैं IT से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि वो हमारे इस विशाल पौधारोपण की एक छोटी सी वीडियो वो आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करें। IT प्लीज।
नए नए कदमों पर नई नई उम्मीदें, इस शहर को हम हरियाली की चूनर पहनाए। नए नए कदमों पर नई नई उम्मीदें, इस शहर को हम हरियाली की चूनर पहनाए। छोटी मोटी कोशिशें बदलेगी जिंदगी, हम आने वाले कल को खुशियों से महकाए। एक एक शाखों पर फूलों सा खिलता अपना देवास, हम सब मिलकर इस मिट्टी का कर्ज चुकाए। एक पौधा आज हम भी लगाए, एक पौधा आज हम भी लगाए। एक पौधा आज हम भी लगाए, एक पौधा आज हम भी लगाए। देवास रहा है धरोहर इतिहास ने इसको माना, सपनों का शहर अपना देवास, हरियाली इसका गहना। देवास रहा है धरोहर, इतिहास ने इसको माना,
सपनों का शहर अपना देवास, हरियाली इसका गहना।
पेड़ों से है सारी दुनिया, दुनिया से है इंसान, इस रिश्ते को हम तुम मिलकर मजबूत बनाए। एक पौधा आज हम भी लगाए, 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 एक पौधा आज हम भी लगाए। इस शहर को हम हरियाली की चूनर पहनाए, नए नए कदमों पर नई नई
इस विशाल पौधारोपण के दौरान हमारे रोवर रेंजर्स ने अपना बहुत ही अच्छा योगदान दिया। और हमारे जो रोवर रेंजर्स इतना काम करते हैं, इनमें इसके लिए हमारा बहुत ही सपोर्ट करते हैं हमारे टीचर्स, हमारे जिले के जो ASOCs हैं, संतोष निर्वाण मैम, सुरेश लोधा मैम, और श्रीमान महेंद्र भाटी सर, और हमारे CO ज्योति मैम और जसवंत सर। वो इनसे ही हमें मार्गदर्शन मिलता है कि हम और अच्छा काम करें। और अब मैं अपने प्रेजेंटेशन का एंड आलेंद्र शर्मा सर और अमर सर को थैंक यू बोल के करना चाहूंगी कि उन्होंने मुझे ये प्लेटफॉर्म ऑफर किया। थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Next up, we have Sachin Chamoli from Uttarakhand.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sachin Chamoli. I am working as a Scout Master in EMRS एकलव्य विद्यालय, और मैं लास्ट 5 ईयर से एक प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहा हूँ। प्रोजेक्ट है हमारा प्लांटेशन को लेकर के। तो मैं IT जो है मेरा विभाग, उसको मैं करना चाहता हूँ कि आप वीडियो चलाएं मेरा एक बार।
हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना।
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना। साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे,
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे,
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे। हम मेहनत वालों ने जब भी मिलकर कदम बढ़ाया, सागर ने रास्ता छोड़ा, पर्वत ने शीश झुकाया। फौलादी है सीने अपने, फौलादी है बाहें, फौलादी है सीने अपने, फौलादी है बाहें। हम चाहे तो पैदा कर दे चट्टानों में राहें, हम चाहे तो पैदा कर दे चट्टानों में राहें। साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा, मिलकर बोझ उठाना। साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे,
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे,
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे। मेहनत अपने लेख की रेखा, मेहनत से क्या डरना, कल वैरों की खातिर की आज अपनी खातिर करना।
अपना सुख भी तुम्हें साथी, अपना दुख भी, अपना सुख भी तुम्हें साथी, अपना दुख भी। अपनी मंजिल सच की मंजिल, अपना रास्ता नेक,
अपनी मंजिल सच की मंजिल, अपना रास्ता नेक। साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा मिलकर बोझ उठाना। साथी हाथ बढ़ाना,
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना। एक अकेला थक जाएगा मिलकर बोझ उठाना।
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, एक अकेला थक जाएगा मिलकर बोझ उठाना। साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे,
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे,
साथी हाथ बढ़ाना, साथी रे।
थैंक यू आईडी इसको डिपार्टमेंट को। मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि मैंने जो ये प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट किया था प्लांटेशन का 2050 में किया था, जब मैं इस जगह एकलव्य में आया था। कालसी एक जगह पड़ती है माउंटेन में, मिडिल हिमालय के अंदर। तो यहाँ बहुत ज्यादा लैंडस्लाइड होता था, तो मैंने सोचा कि प्लांटेशन करके उस लैंडस्लाइड वाले एरिया को किस तरह से रोका जा सके और बहुत ज्यादा जो पोर्शन जो रहता है सॉइल इरोजन का उसको काम किया जाए उसके लिए। तो मैंने अपने बच्चों के साथ बात करना स्टार्ट किया, उनको मैंने कहा कि प्लांटेशन करेंगे, पर ये स्टार्ट कैसे किया जाए, इसको सबसे बड़ी चीज थी मिले। तो मैंने एक बर्थडे गार्डन का एक थीम लेके चला कि सबसे पहले बच्चों को ये बताऊं मैं कि किस तरह से किसी पेड़ को लगा करके उसको ग्रोथ की जाती है, किस तरह से किया जाए। तो बर्थडे गार्डन का कॉन्सेप्ट लेके चला। तो मैं आईटी को कहूंगा कि मेरे एक पीपीटी है जब उसको ऑन कर दे। तो बर्थडे गार्डन का जो कॉन्सेप्ट था उसमें सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट को लेके चलाया गया था कि सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट लेके चले और साथ ही साथ कई चीजों को बढ़ाते हुए चले। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट। तो इसमें क्या था, कई चीजें जुड़ती चली गई, उसमें कई कॉन्सेप्ट जो स्टार्ट किए गए थे। 2010 का प्रोजेक्ट चला हुआ था ये, उसको मैंने आगे इंक्रीज करवाया अपने सर और मैडम के साथ मिल करके। उसमें कई मेरे ऑब्जेक्टिव थे कि प्लांटेशन किया। नेक्स्ट, उसमें क्या प्लांटेशन को बढ़ाते हुए कई चीजों को लेके गए हम लोग, उसमें इंक्रीज किया। हर्बल गार्डन के बारे में बताया बच्चों को, अपने प्लांटेशन करें, ग्रो करें, उसको सस्टेनेबल ऑब्जेक्ट्स को करें, पोल्यूशन फ्री करें। ठीक है, साथ ही साथ जो सॉइल इरोजन वाले पार्ट्स थे उनमें हमने बम बना करके मतलब गोबर और बीज को डाल करके कुछ जगह उस जगह डालने की कोशिश की जहां से वहां उस एरिया के अंदर सॉइल इरोजन जो होता है वहां प्लांटेड हो सके, सॉइल बाहर की तरफ ना जाए, लैंडस्लाइड रुक सके। नेक्स्ट, इसमें मैंने मोटिवेट किया उनके पेरेंट्स को भी कि वो आए आगे की तरफ। नेक्स्ट, पेरेंट्स उनके आगे आए और कई चीजों में उनको ये बोला कि मैंने कि वो करें। जैसे ये मेरे पिक्चर दिखा रहा हूं मैं आपको, इसमें मैंने क्या किया कि उनको मोटिवेट किया प्लांटेशन के लिए। उनके पेरेंट्स को भी बोला कि वो लोग आगे आए, पेड़ लगाएं, हर्बल गार्डन्स के डेवलपमेंट करें। नेक्स्ट, उसके अलावा ये वो एरिया है जिस जगह पे सबसे ज्यादा लैंडस्लाइड होता था, उस एरिया के अंदर हमने क्या किया, प्लांटेशन करके उसको पूरी तरह से डेवलप किया। साथ ही साथ जो कोरोना काल चला उसमें मैंने अपने बच्चों को मोटिवेट किया कि वो लोग आए, मास्क प्रिपेयर करें, मास्क डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में मेरी हेल्प करें, सैनिटाइजेशन में हेल्प करें। ये एक अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम के थ्रू किया। और जो एरिया ये है जहाँ पे मैं रहता हूँ, ये बैकवर्ड एरिया है थोड़ा सा, यहाँ पे ट्राइबल है, ये लोग वोट और इलेक्शन के ज्यादा अवेयरनेस रैलीज के थ्रू किया गया। ये पिक्चर आप देख रहे होंगे, ये हमारे हर्बल गार्डन और जो गार्डन है उसके फ्रूट्स और वो है दिए हुए, ये सब उसी से हमने कलेक्ट किया हुआ है। ठीक है, इसके अलावा जो बच्चे का पेड़ होता है, ठीक है, जो बच्चा पेड़ लगाता है अपना क्लास 6 में आकर के, वो खुद ही उसको नर्चर करता है। अगर वही जिसका पेड़ सबसे अच्छा रहता है तो हम उसको एनुअल डे के दिन अवॉर्डेड करते हैं। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट पिक्चर में देखिए। तो इसमें देखिए ये 2 बच्चे हमारे पास दिए हुए जिन्होंने क्लास 6 में आके पेड़ लगाया था, उनकी फ्रूटिंग आई है पेड़ के ऊपर, काफी ज्यादा रहा है। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट, इसमें कई जो हमारे टीचर्स भी हैं वो भी पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं। ठीक है, वो लोग भी अपने पेड़ों की केयर करते हैं, अपने जो उनका जन्मदिन या बर्थडे मंथ सेलिब्रेट होता है उसमें वो लोग भी प्लांटेड करते हैं। ये एनुअल डे के दिन उन्हीं का जो पेड़ होता है उसके साथ उनकी फोटो लेकर के हम कप में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं। नेक्स्ट, ये हमारे जो बर्थडे गार्डन में लगाए हुए पेड़ हैं उनमें फ्रूटिंग आ रखी है, उसकी पिक्चर है। नेक्स्ट, ठीक है। ये हमारे हाउस जो स्काउट हैं उनकी एक्टिविटीज है, अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम के दौरान पे उस तरह से पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, श्रमदान करते हैं, वो लोग अलग तरीके से जुड़ते हैं, अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम्स में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं। देखिए ये एक हमने प्रोजेक्ट किया था क्योंकि ड्यूरिंग कोविड-19 हमने ऑनलाइन किया था, तो अवेयरनेस को लेकर के किया। उनको बोला कि अपने एरिया के अंदर जाएं, सैनिटाइजेशन के लिए मोटिवेट करें लोगों को, ग्राम प्रधान से बात करें। ठीक है, हम खुद उनके विलेजेस में गए, वहां हमने खुद सैनिटाइजेशन करना स्टार्ट किया, लोगों को मास्क डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया और डिफरेंट दिए। ठीक है, ये उसकी कटिंग्स है हमारे पास में, जो न्यूज़पेपर कटिंग्स है, और ये सैनिटाइजेशन करते हुए थैंक यू। मैं सभी का थैंक यू करता हूं जिन लोगों ने मुझे इसके लिए मोटिवेट किया, अपने प्रिंसिपल सर का, मैडम का भी, साथ ही साथ जिन्होंने मुझे मौका दिया यहाँ आकर के अपनी बात को कहने के लिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, Sachin, for the very nice presentation. Moving ahead, I'd like to call the next presenter is Arjun Bhati from Rajasthan.
धन्यवाद। सर्वप्रथम सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। मेरा नाम अर्जुन भाटी है, राज्य राजस्थान बीकानेर से हूँ। मैं राज्य पुरस्कार रोवर, आई एम ए स्काउट, मैसेंजर ऑफ पीस। यूं तो हमने अपने क्षेत्र में एसडीजी के काफी कार्यों में सहभागिता निभाई, और जिस एसडीजी वाला हूँ एसडीजी नंबर 11 सस्टेनेबल सिटीज एंड कम्युनिटीज, इसके अंतर्गत हमने माध्यमिक शिक्षा कार्यालय बीकानेर परिसर में एक पार्क जो कि कोरोना काल में खंडर बन चुका था, उसे पुनर्निर्मित करना था। यह कार्य करने की प्रेरणा हमें बीकानेर के सीईओ स्काउट मिस्टर जसवंत सिंह राजपूत से मिली। उन्हें पार्क के कंडीशन के बारे में सूचना मिली, उन्होंने पार्क को पुनर्निर्मित करने की योजना बनाई। साथ ही पार्क की सफाई कर उसे नया रूप देने में हमारा साथ उनका भी बहुत योगदान रहा। इस पार्क को पुनर्निर्मित करने में हमारे सामने जो चैलेंज था यह कि पर्याप्त संसाधन की कमी थी, और पुराने बड़े पाइप का उपयोग करके रेत के अंदर डाल दिया, उससे पेंट भी किया गया, इसके ऊपर परिंदे लगाए गए, पुरानी लकड़ियों का उपयोग करके पार्क के अंदर लगाई गई, वह उसको भी पेंट किया गया, वह उसको नया रूप दिया गया। और संसाधन की हमारे पास बहुत कमी थी, बट हमारे जो जोश था उसमें कमी नहीं थी। पुरानी वस्तुओं का दोबारा उपयोग किया गया, पार्क की सफाई की गई, बहुत से बड़े छोटे हिस्सों की मरम्मत की गई। उसके बाद हमने पार्क को पेंट कर उसे नया रूप दिया, जो आप सभी इस वीडियो में देखेंगे। पार्क को पुनर्निर्मित करने के साथ ही हमने परिसर के कर्मचारियों को स्वच्छता के प्रति जागरूक किया। हमारे यह कार्य जिस दिन हमने वीकेंड व जन्माष्टमी की छुट्टियों के दिन किया, इसे देख कार्यालय का स्टाफ काफी प्रभावित हुआ। वह उन्होंने अब शपथ ली कि वह अपने परिसर व पार्क को स्वच्छ रखेंगे। और अब मैं अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन को समाप्त करूंगा। धन्यवाद मनवेंद्र सर, धन्यवाद मैम, लोधा मैम, सीईओ स्काउट जसवंत सिंह राजपूत सर, सीईओ गाइड मिस्टर ज्योतिरानी महात्मा, जिन्होंने हमें हमेशा मुझे सपोर्ट किया। आईटी टीम प्लीज प्ले वीडियो। play the second part of this video. I think. Thank you. Thank you to Alendra sir, Amar sir, जिन्होंने इतना बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म पहली बार प्राप्त हुआ. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun, for the beautiful video. Next up, we have Ms. Vidya Deka from Assam.
Namaste to all. I am Vijaya Deka, Ranger Leader, Amrit Prabha Ranger Team, Jawaharlal Nehru College, Boku, Kamrup, Rural, the Bharat Scout Guide, Assam. Thank you, sir, and BSG, National Headquarter Association, for giving me the opportunities to present our project. Now, my humble request to respected IT team, kindly share my PPT. During COVID-19 pandemic period, Amrit Prabha Ranger Team, Jawaharlal Nehru College, Boku, Kamrup, District Bharat Scouts and Guide Assam intended to undertake a project on Sustainable Development Goals. Number 3, good health and well-being, maintaining COVID-19 protocol. Objectives: to create awareness on COVID-19 among rural mass of Boku area, motivated the people to stay at home, wear masks, maintain social distance in public places, wash hands frequently, to create healthy environment. Boku is a home of many ethnic tribes of Assam like Rabha, Boru, Garo, Hajong, Kosh, etc. and other Assamese communities. Sudden outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic have brought out a tremendous change in lifestyle of people. Wearing masks and sanitizing regularly have become a new normal. But most of the local Boku are very innocent and were not completely aware of and not well educated about the effect of the novel coronavirus. So, we, with permission of our principal sir and state headquarters, Bharat Scout Guide Assam, District Organizational Commissioner Guide and District Organizing Commissioner Guide, Kamrup District Association, we started our work on SDG 3, good health and well-being in Boku area as health is wealth. Ways to achieve goal. distributing handmade masks, door-to-door visit to awareness, demonstrated proper method of hand wash, display placard, handbills, etc. The Rangers prepared masks by themselves from traditional gamusa and distributed to common people. Gamusa is traditional multi-purpose cloth as well as a symbol of love and respect for Assamese community. It is available in abundance in every Assamese household and it is very cheap. We therefore try to give message that we can easily make a mask at our home as precautionary measure for COVID-19. Poor people can also earn something during the crisis by selling it. Rangers went to door for awareness, distributed handmade masks, motivated the people to wear masks, wash hands frequently, maintain social distance in public places, and stay at home and drink hot water as much as possible to stay at home and healthy and safe from COVID-19. It is great pleasure that the team organized awareness program and distributed handmade masks before lockdown was imposed. It is worth mentioning that Kamrup district administration set up a quarantine center at our college from 15 March 2020 to 23rd August 2020. It is pleasure to inform that I rendered volunteer service in different aspects of the quarantine center for 2 days as a instruction for district administration. I distributed 110 pieces of masks to the inmates, which was prepared by our rangers from traditional gamusa. It was handed over to Honorable Circle Officer Boku, Madam Pinky Dotto. Vaccination camp. It is pleasure to maintain that Amritprabha Ranger team and NSS unit of our college jointly organized vaccination camp in collaboration with Boku PHC FRCU from 24/8/2021 for 3 days at our college campus for students and local people. Rangers went to door for vaccination awareness. Some people hesitated to take vaccine for might. Rangers motivated them to take vaccine. They rendered service in vaccination camp and motivated the people to follow COVID protocol and follow guideline and health department. Being a teacher, I have to take online class regularly. I have the privilege to motivate my students at stay home and follow the guideline of the health department. Impact. The people of the locality have learned the usefulness of wearing masks. They have habituated the practice of sanitization. A section of women have learned the skill of mask making from traditional fabric, also earned money from it. They have realized the benefit of using pure drinking water for maintaining health and hygiene. Now, I humble request to IT team to play my video clip. Service to man is service to God. During COVID-19 pandemic period, Amrit Prabha Ranger Team, Jawaharlal Nehru College, Boku, the Bharat Scouts and Guides, Assam, intended to serve in the locality. The team started working on Sustainable Development Goals number 3, Good Health and Well-being. Some of the activities performed by the team are highlighted as follows. পৰিষ্কাৰকৈ ৰাখিব এনেকৈ মাজে মাজে যদি ব্লিচিং ছটিয়াই সন্তাসৰ সৃষ্টি কৰিছে মানৱ জাতিলৈ সন্তাস কঢ়িয়াই আনিছে আৰু এই সন্তাসৰ পৰা এই কোভিড মহামাৰীৰ পৰা ৰক্ষা পাবৰ কাৰণে আমি ঘনাই হাত ধুব লাগে। কৰোনা ভাইৰাছৰ পৰা হাত সাৰি থাকিবৰ কাৰণে আপোনালোকে এনেকৈ ঘনাই হাত ধুব, মাস্ক ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিব। In this way, we tried to our best to provide mental support and to restore peace and harmony. Finally, I would like to say that this is not the end of our journey. It is a continuous process. We are very much optimistic that COVID-19 will be vanished from our Mother Earth very soon, and we shall get opportunity to assemble together happily and peacefully. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that wonderful presentation. Now we have next, I would like to call Ms. Sayantini Nandi from Northeast Frontier Railway. Sayantini, over to you.
Thank you so much, Shimti. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so very good evening to all my respected leaders, all my rovers and rangers, and all the attendees. So today we have got the chance to talk on SDGs. So I would like to request our IT team to present my presentation. So एज मैंने सिलेक्ट किया है कि एसडीजी नंबर 13 पे आज हम बात करेंगे। तो सबसे पहले जानते हैं कि एसडीजी नंबर 13 क्या है। Sustainable Development Goal number 13 is one of the 17 SDGs established by the United Nations in 2015. The official wording is to take urgent action to tackle climate change and its impacts. And the UN has defined 5 targets and 8 indicators for SDG 13. Yeah, can you move to the, can you go back to the previous slide, please? Hello, am I audible? Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so targets specifically the goals. Yeah, indicators represent the metrics by which the world aims to track whether these targets are achieved. Next slide. Yeah, so why we need to take action? Abhi, like the Earth's climate is changing, and we humans are the cause why it is changing for our habits and many more things we do. That's why it is like अर्थ को बहुत ज्यादा harm हो रहा है हमारे deeds की वजह से. Like you can see in these pictures, like pollution, and there is, you can also see that there is no planet B. So we have to, whatever we have to do, we have to do it here because there is no option other available. Yeah, next slide. So what are the basic problems in this solution that we have taken a step to work on? Yeah, so humans and wild animals face new challenges for survival because of climate change. We know that global warming and pollution are the major process of climate change, but as we know, we have some solution. We have solution of every problem, right? So planting more and more trees will be will be helpful to reduce the global warming, hence helping the climate to come back to normal. On the other hand, excessive use of plastic and disposal is another aspect that adds on to the global change. Managing plastic is a very important step to follow and helps immensely in decreasing the climate change. Next slide. Yeah. So here are some works that we have done. So in first slide we have tree plantation. So let me share my experience with you all, that how we have done it and what we have done. So for the first thing is, अगर हम कोई भी चीज करना चाहे to change anything, to change anything in anyone, we have to change ourselves first. दुनिया में अगर हम कुछ भी अच्छा करना चाहे तो उससे पहले, सबसे पहले हमको खुद को वो चीज करना होगा दूसरों को करवाने से पहले. तो हमने एज with the permission of district officials and leaders, हमने पहले प्लान किया कि हम ट्री प्लांटेशन के ऊपर काम करेंगे. लाइक वी विल अवेयर पीपल अबाउट द एनवायरनमेंट. सो हमने पोस्टर्स बनाए, ट्री प्लांटेशंस करवाए, बच्चों से लेके बड़ों तक, लाइक कब्स, बुलबुल, स्ट्रॉवर्स, रेंजर्स, स्काउट्स एंड गाइड्स, इवन यूनिट लीडर्स, ऑल वेयर इन्वॉल्व्ड इन आवर प्रोग्राम. सो हमने पोस्टर्स बनवाए, हमने ट्री प्लांटेशन किए. नेक्स्ट हमने रैलीज किया, हमने वीडियोस, अवेयरनेस वीडियोस बनाया, उसके ऊपर हमने सोशल मीडिया में वो शेयर किया, और भी बहुत सारी चीजें लाइक पोस्टरिंग, हमने पोस्टरिंग किया. जब हमको पता चल गया कि हमने पहले खुद को अवेयर किया, फिर हमारे एसोसिएशन के जो लोग हैं उनको अवेयर किया कि क्या हमको क्लाइमेट के ऊपर क्या एक्शन लेना चाहिए और क्यों लेना चाहिए. उसके बाद बारी आती है कि दूसरों को समझाओ, लाइक प्राइमरी ऑडियंस एंड सेकेंडरी ऑडियंस. सो या, सो उसके बाद ट्री प्लांटेशन के बाद हमने डिसाइड किया कि लेट अस टेक एक्शन ऑन प्लास्टिक पॉल्यूशन. सो सबसे पहला हमारा स्टेप था टू रिड्यूस द यूज ऑफ प्लास्टिक बैग्स. हमने क्लॉथ बैग्स एंड अदर मटेरियल्स, पेपर बैग्स एंड ऑल, ये हमने हमारे जो आसपास के दुकानदार है या शॉपकीपर्स एंड ऑल, एवरीवन को हमने जितना पॉसिबल हुआ हमारे से, हमने उतना उनको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया. वहाँ पे डस्टबिन भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया. लाइक वो पिक्चर्स यहाँ पे एडिट नहीं है, फिर भी हम सेइंग. एंड मोर ओवर हमने फिर से रिलीज किए ताकि लोगों को पता चले व्हाई प्लास्टिक इज हार्मिंग, हाउ इट इज हार्मिंग अस. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. या, और सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि प्लास्टिक कलेक्ट करना या फिर क्लीननेस ड्राइव क्लीनर्स ड्राइव अरेंज करना, वो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि प्लास्टिक यहाँ पे वहाँ पे कहीं पे भी पड़ा रहता है, लेकिन या फिर शायद आप देख सकते हो कि कहीं एक जगह पे भी कचरा है लेकिन उसमें हर तरह का कचरा मिक्स है, तो उनको आइडेंटिफाई करके उनके मतलब सही जगह पे उनको फेंकना, ताकि जो रिसाइकलर या फिर जो भी आए कचरा कलेक्ट करने को उनको आसानी हो, एंड ये हमारे एनवायरनमेंट के लिए भी बहुत जरूरी है। So no, there was another slide, I guess. Yeah, thank you. So और एक चीज reusing करना plastic, like you can see here. I request IT team to move to the next slide. Thank you. So यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं कि बहुत सारे bottles and all, like gallons, bottles and many more things are there. हमने इनको reuse किया हुआ है, इनको decorate करने के लिए घर को decorate कर सकते हैं, हम इस पे पेड़ पौधे लगा सकते हैं, many more things are there. So अगर हम कोई चीज रिसाइकल करना चाहते, reuse करना चाहते, तो हम वो सब हमारे हाथ में है. We have to look for innovative ideas to decorate and हम उसमें भी use कर सकते हैं. Yes. So this is how we be the change. You can see some points are there: calculate your carbon footprints and reduce emissions, become a citizen scientist, talk to others about climate change, which is very important for all of us, connecting to organize. Yeah, before organizing anything, we have to make a team, as we did with the support of our district and officials and all the members. So yeah, that's it. Then we have to take action and support climate generations work. Yeah, so thank you. Now I will request my IT team to present the video which is related to two more SDGs like zero hunger and good health and well-being.
Scouting friends all over the world, create a bridge in the world to live in peace. This is the time to spread out the word. Love, peace, tolerance, respect.
To spread awareness on plastic pollution. I pledge to avoid single use of plastic, to reuse or recycle the plastic that I use every day, to educate others about plastic waste, and to take action to make plastic pollution a thing of the past.
We are scouts, the messengers of peace.
So thank you so much. Here I end my presentation. Over to MCs.
Thank you, Sayanthani. Next up, we have Sanjay Kumar Patel from Madhya Pradesh.
Maybe he's disconnected.
Go to next MC.
Okay, next I would like to call Dr. Jayashri from Odisha.
Jai Jagannath, Namaskar and good afternoon to all. Do your little bit of good where you are, and it's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. Myself, Dr. Jayasri Nanda, Ranger Leader, Kunja Bihari College, Barang, and from Odisha State Bharat Scouts and Guides. I'm a messenger of peace. I'm a scout and I'm a messenger of peace. As we know that we all are working with various SDG projects. Recently, we have started a new project on functional literacy from 8 September 2021. As our state government is giving much more stress on the education of the primary level children, that's why there is no need to take this project, because Nowadays we are finding the decreasing rate of dropout rate. That's why we are taking this new project on functional literacy. Yes, functional literacy, practical skill set needed to read, write, and do math for real life purposes. So people can function effectively in their community. And functional literacy means a functional society. We need functional literacy to have a functional society. Basically, we are giving stress on media literacy, then health literacy, computer literacy, legal literacy, and also financial literacy and civic literacy. My project is, the title of my project is Functional Literacy for Illiterate Women, Transgenders, Adults, and Youth of the Urban Slums and Villages. And the objective of my project is to make them functional literate. Functional literacy means people, when they are able to solve their own problems, they are not become dependent upon others, and they are the quality citizens of a society. So the target group is illiterate women, transgenders, adults, and adolescent groups. And the time schedule is from 1st September 2021 to the next year, from 7th September 2022. And the impact will be, we think, that make them confident to solve their day-to-day problems and make them adaptable in different situations. So with this hope, we can say that I can conclude that in the present world, the characterized by instability, insecurity, hypocrisy, and hatred, despair, and dependency, peace education is sine qua non for the human beings to live in security and prosperity. If we wish to perpetuate democracy, it is the right time to pin our immense faith upon others and to spread the message of peace and harmony with the necessity of democratic values in their lives. Not war, but peace. Not barbarity, but humanity should be our motto, which need to be transplanted into the minds of men and women for the construction of minds. Let education be used as a vibrant weapon for the establishment of peace in nation. Education stands as a silent but potent instrument to change the minds of people towards acceptance of peace as a goal of human life. It will teach people to jettison ill feelings, hatred, malignant attitudes, and brutalities for a safe and secure life. It should prepare people both mentally and emotionally to adopt a simple and peaceful life. It should tempt all people of the universe to build a cosmopolitan and philanthropic culture. Let education spread its message to humanity, including budding citizens. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve shantu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. So with this hope, we can say, we people can, we will be able to make a better world. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will request, my humble request to the IT team to play my video. Thank you to my rovers, rangers, my dear students, and all the staff members of Bharat Scouts and Guides, and to all the staff members of my state headquarters. Thank you, everyone. Jai Jagannath. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jayashree ma'am. Wasn't that really inspiring? I hope we all have learned how to work on SDGs efficiently. Moving on, I would like to invite Madhusudan sir to share his remarks on the presentation.
Thank you very much, Ishani, and thank you for all the presenters for giving this beautiful service action to the community, your commitment to the planet, and also the hard work and efforts you put in it. One thing what we all have to understand is sustainable development goals or community service or community development projects. These are all not meant to be only to be done to achieve certain amount of target. It is overall building ourselves as active global citizens. That is the mission and vision of Scouting, to prepare each one of us as an active, autonomous individual who will contribute to create a better world. When you looked at it, there are various projects, and each project or each activity is contributing to various needs. When you're looking at the needs of what we saw from Uttarakhand, from Sachin Chamoli, many of you would be wondering, there are so many plants, there is so much of greenery around you, but still, why is he doing planting? It is very important for us to understand the objective behind the project. The objective of him doing that project was to stop landslides, was to stop erosion. Very similarly, each and every project, when we do it, the learning what we get from sustainable development goals is the promise we make to the planet. On this occasion of International Day of Peace, I urge each one of you to promise the planet. Are you ready to promise the planet? Yes or no? Yes. Sanika Shinde says yes. Wonderful. So everybody are saying yes, 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 yes. It's wonderful. This is very good and great to understand. Yes, you are ready to promise the planet and you make this place a better place to live. So how do we promise? On this time, we have on the SDG hub, when you go, there is something called as promise to the planet. So I'm sharing my screen so that you all can see this. When you go to sdgs.scout.org/promise, you land on this page, which is promise to the planet. And you all can make a pledge here and you promise to the planet how sustainably you will live or how you will change your actions into sustainable living. Your lifestyle has to become sustainable. As we tell that you're all committed to promise to the planet, let us take this commitment to a different level and let UN know that Bharat Scouts and Guides India is standing strong to promise to the planet and take a pledge. How do we do it? When you scroll down on this page, here you have the 4 R's. We could see while our friends were discussing, they were talking about recycling, reducing, rethinking. See, it is all about the 4 R's. How do we recover from the existing kiosk or existing mess we are with? How do we recycle? how do we reduce, and how do we rethink. So these are 4 important aspects in our lives. It might be not only climate action, but any kind of a situation. We do have to follow this 4 steps. And when it comes to promise to the planet, when it comes to climate action, you can audit yourself. You can check. You can go and click your button. Are you committed to buying sustainable products, sustainable plant food gardens? If you have done it, you can click, and then you can click that is my promise, and you can promise. So when you click that is your promise, it will ask you to log in, and it will take you to the next steps of the project. So as scouts, as guides, and as contribution to sustainable development goals, and as messengers of peace, I congratulate you all for being part of this webinar on day 2. And there were quite a lot of questions that was coming in. Many questions were relevant to what is this goal? What activity can we do? So activities, they come by itself. There is no specific designed activities for you. And there are some more questions that is coming on. How do we get the MOP badge and other things? So to answer you on the MOP badge, the session tomorrow evening, you'll all have a good news on how to get this MOP badges and what is the criteria. Where is the link you can apply for this MOP badge? All these details will be available in tomorrow's webinar. Don't forget to attend tomorrow's webinar, because tomorrow we are coming out with a lot of announcements that will help you. And today we saw 6 projects. Yesterday we had another 5 projects. All to this makes 11. But I'm definitely sure the 197 participants here and all the participants participating on the YouTube, you'll have many more stories to share. And tomorrow's webinar, we'll provide you that platform, how you can share these stories, and this can be featured to the entire country and the world altogether. I congratulate you all for being part of this webinar and taking a promise that you will be a better scouts, you'll be a better citizens, and celebrate this International Day of Peace as messengers of peace. Thank you, one and all. Now back to the MC for the last part of this webinar.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I'd like to invite Sir Analendra Sharma, Assistant Director of NER, to to close the session with a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Simti. Am I audible to you? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So very good evening to one and all present here, all the respected dignitaries. Before close this program for today, I just want to share with you how to report, since you are here yesterday and today, and we are confirmed that you are going to be with us tomorrow. After the 3 days participation, National Headquarters is going to issue a certificate to you. So for that certificate, you have to fill a very simple form. You can have a look on that. I'll just share the screen for you. That is the simple form. Just you are going to put your regional headquarters out of the 6 region, or if you are from overseas participant of Bharat Scout and Guide, then you can be put 7. And all the scouting state and our district association in overseas countries is here, so you can select it. Then you can write down your district name, then your name, your father's name, date of birth. Here you have to put your link. We are request in the circular, and also yesterday we request upload your report in sdgs.scout.org. Then that link you can put here. your WhatsApp number. Again, we are remind you, you should put your UID numbers. Complete your registration at OIMS, Online Youth Management System. You can take help from your unit leaders or district officials. You can put MOP ID here and you just say who are you, Scout, Guide, Rover, Rangers or others. You can put here. There's a drop down menu and just send 3 days webinar report here, upload it. The link will open after the webinar completed tomorrow, and you will get sufficient time. It will be open up to 25th of September. So by that time you can upload your report and we'll be very happy to issue a certificate from national headquarters. And tomorrow it is going to be a very important day for all of us. We are Scout, we are messenger of peace. So we are going to celebrate International Day of Peace. We appeal to you all to join with us in the national level webinar, where we are expecting our Secretary General of OZM and Chair World Board WAX, and many more distinguished guests will be there for the celebration of International Day of Peace at national level. We request for your kind presence during the webinar. At the same time, 3 o'clock is webinar and resource speaker will be there from OZM to talk on the theme. Also, Madhu sir already informed you, many information is going to share. What are the queries we saw in the chat and the Q&A button. So tomorrow we are expecting all the answer from the resource speakers. And 4 o'clock we are going to start the celebration ceremony. So we hope you will be available with us to celebrate International Day of Peace. Now it's my privilege to express sincere gratitude for this today's webinar. On behalf of National Headquarters Bharat Scout and Guide, we really grateful to Madam Cynthia Marcus, Senior Manager, Education Initiative and MOP Networks, World Scout Bureau, Global Support Center. Madam always there with us. We are thankful to you, ma'am. We also thankful to all the presenters who are working at the ground level and they selected to present here. We really thankful to all the members who present today for their works here. Also, we are grateful to our Deputy International Commissioner Madhusudan Avala sir for your input in this webinar. We are thankful to Satyajit to conducting quiz program very nicely, and we congratulate the winner of this quiz programs. We can announce his or her name in tomorrow's webinar once we got a response from that number. And also we are really thankful to all the staff members who are supporting us, IT team, and today's master of ceremony. Finally, we are really grateful to our leader of professional team, Sri Rajkumar Kaushik sir. He is with us in the second day of this webinar also. And we hope that sir will talk to our young people tomorrow's webinar. And also we are grateful to leader of this webinar, Amar Bishetri sir, and all team members. Thank you very much to all of you. Be safe, be healthy, and be a part of International Day of Peace. Do your action so that world can see that member of Bharat Scout and Guide always active to share peace action with the globe. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now we come to the end of today's program. We are excited for tomorrow's grand celebration. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.